What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So look, let me say this so I don't sound completely heartless. If I were to focus on this particular issue, yeah, I would prefer that she be let go. Um, she has family, a wife, uh, but at the end of the day, um, we got a lot of shit going on, right? It's getting to a point in our society where anxiety is at an all-time high. You still have this ongoing pandemic we're dealing with. You still have a lot of tensions going on in this country when it comes to race, politics, when it comes to certain issues that are pressed to this country. We got growing nuclear tensions, escalations in this world. The economy is in the shitter. You don't feel safe anymore in places that you used to feel safe, whether it's the church, whether it's, at school, going to a store, subways, buses. You just don't feel safe anymore. So I'm sorry if I know ESPN is trying to make this out to be a huge issue. Brittany Griner is really low on the totem pole of things that I'm worried about right now. This is one of the highest paid WNBA players out there. Now, we're not talking about one of these scragglers, one of these persons who is barely hanging on to a roster spot in that league. We're talking about one of the established stars and supposedly one of the greatest female basketball players of all time. A woman who makes approximately half a million to maybe, when it comes to incentives, I've read close to $1 million a year. So unless she's trying to chase NBA players, I don't see the urgency in her going overseas. Unless she's trying to live outside of her means, which is a regular person, I can't quite feel sorry for you. I mean, you're not going to live the same lifestyle as the average NBA player who's making what's the average salary now? 15 million a year. What's the average? I mean, these guys make a lot of fucking money. Um, you took your ass over there, and it'd be one thing if they were locking you up for some bullshit that was against their laws, but you knew the laws. They're not the same as our laws. They're much stricter with certain things. You got caught, and now you're paying a price. I don't understand it because I know good and goddamn well if this was a straight male athlete who's black, yes, it would get more notoriety, but there'd be a lot more people blaming him for violating drug laws and making him out to be this bad person. There would be no sympathy factor. I know part of the sympathy factor is she's a woman, and because she's an alphabet. That's why a lot of people are wanting people to care. But I'm just sorry, but like most people I talk to, they don't really care. I don't want harm to come to the woman, but we don't really care. I mean, when you put yourself in certain positions, you took your ass over there, especially in the climate that they're in right now. You know that Russia is going to be extra cautious about shit. And you took your ass over there. When, if I'm not mistaken, the WNBA was telling their players to be careful about going overseas, but you went over there anyway. So I'm just sorry. I know it's like the third video I did on this, but I noticed they're talking about it still. They're trying to make this into some type of story, you know, and at the end of the day, most people don't really care. You know, they don't. I'm sorry. It's just a fucking fact. It's not Michael Jordan over there. It's not Kobe. It's not LeBron. And it shouldn't matter. But I'm just being honest, man. Don't get me wrong. I like to see her released, but there are a lot of other instances. There are a lot more sympathetic, like when terrorists take over an embassy and kill athletes, like they did back in 1972. They had nothing to do with anything, or like what happened, in Texas 2 days ago, or in Buffalo a week and a half ago, whatever it was. That shit I can feel sorry for, because that's people preying on the weakest in our society. But this shit that you get yourself into, nah, I can't really feel too sorry for, but,